believe it or not, I ran into a douchebag the other day.
Here?
You don't say.
In Austin, Texas. I was eating at a restaurant, and it's kind of a popular place. Like, normally you have to have reservations, and obviously they were fully booked. This was on Friday night. They were obviously super busy, tons of people coming in and out. And where I was seated, I was kind of close to the hostess station, where people come in and they check in for their reservations and stuff. And I see like this guy and this woman, I guess his date, like this couple, walk in, and they're like looking around the restaurant, and I think, oh, they're like looking for friends or for their table or something. And there's an empty table kind of next to me, and the guy points at it and goes to the hostess, "What about that place? Can we sit right there?" And I hear the hostess go, "No, sir, I told you, we're fully booked. If you want a table, you're gonna have to wait an hour."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and then just like storms out. I was like, so this guy was told at the front there were no tables available, so he goes into the restaurant to find an empty table and says, "We'll sit there."
Does he not understand how reservations work?
I don't know.
There's going to be a table that's empty for a bit while the reservation arrives.
Right, I'm sure like maybe they just cleaned it and they're like waiting to seat the other people.
Who knows?
I was like, I can't believe the audacity of this guy to come in, walk around, find an empty table. I'm surprised he didn't just fucking sit in the table.
I thought that's where that was going. That he was just gonna like plop down
Maybe
and be
they-
like,
We'll see
"This
what
is
happens."
mine now."
Maybe there could be a system where you just sit at all the tables between when they get cleaned and before the people arrive, and you just keep moving around as more people arrive.
Like you get your meal comes on a little side table with wheels,
Yeah,
and you just like wheel it
drag it to the
around.
next one. It's a new system.
I am baffled so often at people's lack of awareness in terms of other people's space and just being a good person. Like,
I'm sorry.
Trevor and I were at we were at Disneyland a couple weeks ago, and I feel like, especially amusement parks, you're going to encounter so many people who have no spatial awareness, or the fact that like, oh, my kid is here messing with your shit, I'm not going to bother saying anything. People who don't parent their kids or keep track of them, it's like another thing. But we went to the Star Wars section, Galaxy's
That
Edge.
is the official name.
Galaxy's Edge.
Did you have a good Star War?
We sure did.
Did you make a lightsaber?
I didn't.
You fool. Sorry.
Genuinely insulting.
I want to go there like just for that.
Just for that?
Yeah.
But we went to the Cantina where they had like special Star Wars drinks and stuff like that. And they were very specific, like, okay, you're going to be let in and we're going to put you in a certain spot. And it's mostly standing room and you're going to stand there and that's your spot. And it's going to be a little squishy, but that's kind of how the place is. And so Trevor and I got shuffled in, and there's this family who had like bags and everything with them kind of encroaching on our spot, just in the way of everything. And he and I had to almost like stand back to back to actually like have any room in there. And at one point I was just like, do you mind if I just like push this bag over so I could stand over here to actually like put my drink down? And they're like, oh yeah, oh sure. And then they were still up all in our space, and it was just frustrating.
I hate that.
And then there was a woman today at the gym. Fuck you, bitch, if you're watching this.
Whoa.
She was on this machine where she was doing these like kicks, and she was kicking lengthwise instead of like turning 45 degrees so that we also had room to work on this machine.
Yeah.
And my trainer, Kelly, was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Do you mind if you just like turn this way so we also have space? And she goes, I have poor shoulder injuries, so I'm going to need to use it this way. And my trainer's like, well, actually, you could use it this way and you'll be just fine. And she goes, I'll just be 5 more minutes. And she's like, we're trying to use this machine. If you could just move. And she's just like, I'm almost done. And she, by the way, was not almost done.
Of course not. Of course not.
No, fuck
And
you, Barbara.
Did-
right?
did-
I mean,
Did Kelly beat her up?
She was about to.
Just like crush her into a ball, like a medicine ball, and like spin her and toss her away.
I wouldn't mess with her.
No, not
No,
at
but
all.
she was one of those girls who I think she just liked watching herself in the mirror. And there's like,
was she facing the mirror in the way she was doing it?
yeah, she was watching herself do it and watching her form and stuff like that, which is important, but it's also like
How often do you come across a douche lord like that?
at the gym
Or just in
general?
life? Just somewhere where it's just like,
Well,
man.
ever since Bernie's been gone, it's a lot less.
I feel like the gym is a hotbed for people oblivious to like just agreed upon societal rule, like just like social contract, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
we have rule. This is a society of laws, and like this happened kind of similarly. Was at the gym, And there's at the gym that I work out at, there's a weight room and they have one cable machine, and it only has like 2 little stations on it where you can, work out. And because there's only one, it behooves everyone to just like, okay, when you're done with your set, when you're going to go over to this exercise. So we keep a rotation going.
The gym is all about sharing space.
Sharing space, negotiating time. Hey, are you done with this? I had one exercise left. I had written down in my book, like had my exercise left. My last exercise is on this cable machine. And these 2 guys just having a blast doing their entire workout together on this cable machine. And I was like, and because, I'm like in the gym, so I'm like kind of like keeping one eye on it. Like, okay, hopefully they're almost done. They must have done like half an hour on this machine. And like I got done, we walked over there and kind of did the real passive aggressive, just like, I'm just going to hover while you got, for fuck, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Left?
I just left. I didn't do my last exercise. They won. They won.
That was the exercise that was going to do it.
Yeah.
And you were denied. You were this close.
I was going to level up.
Yeah.
I was going to level up. That was going to be it.
The funny thing and the very passive aggressive thing that we did was we still used the machine right next to her. But the weight was going because she was kicking. She basically was kicking backwards. They're called like kickouts or something like that. And I was doing an exercise where I was pulling something down. And it worked out that I would pull down every time she would kick.
I was going to ask if you did that. That's amazing.
So it was like...
It was like all those 4 dudes hitting the same stump with the hammers.
But it was also like, we were definitely giving this girl the stink eye the whole time of just like, you could have literally moved an inch and we would have been okay.
Giving her the stink eye, like in that scenario, makes me think like you were farting in her area.
Well, I do this thing. It's pretty nasty and pretty passive aggressive. I'll recognize that, where I will speak loudly about someone if they're being an asshole, where I'm just like, man, some people really have no self-awareness or ability to compromise in public spaces. It's really unfortunate.
Just doing this, like, man, there was this bitch at the gym today.
When you're alone, you pretend to take a call. Yeah, I'm just at the gym near this really big piece of shit.
I don't know what her name is. Hold on. What's your name?
I feel like you can't even avoid douchebags like staying in your own house. Look, the thing.
What happened to you?
So I bought this on Amazon.
That's a Dremel. It's a Dremel Saw Max.
Dremel tool.
Because I thought I could use this for slow-mo guys. It was all shrink wrapped.
It's open a little bit.
I've opened it. I cut some of the cardboard.
Did you cut that with a Dremel?
No, I didn't have the Dremel yet. And then I was like, okay, let's see what this is all about.
Watch those beers.
What?
Are you fucking kidding me?
He opened it and there's 2 cans of Dr. Pepper in it.
This is what I got for $120.
What the
on
fuck?
Amazon.
Are you fucking serious?
What? It came brand new.
It was brand new and like wrapped in plastic and everything. And there was even like a little zip tie on the
Was there any
closey
indication
part.
that this had been previously?
No, like brand new.
Let me see
Those are $60 each.
Let me see that cardboard.
I am so...
Oh my god, those are ballpark prices for those Dr. Peppers. Jesus.
Do you think the manufacturer was using this case as like a holder for
No,
their
I think
soda?
someone's clearly bought this on Amazon, stolen the Dremel, and returned it, refund, with 2 Dr. Pepper cans in there.
But then how is it all sealed up?
They probably just added more glue on this, right? Like,
Or they just returned it and Amazon didn't check
Of course they don't.
inside and just repackaged
well, what I'm
it.
saying is they probably opened it, took the Dremel out, and then just like re-glued this flap down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you can like shrink wrap is not hard to come by. Like you can shrink wrap stuff pretty easy.
What did you do?
So I was customer support and they were like, we're sorry you got the wrong product. Can you send that product back to us and we'll send you a new one? I was like, so you want me to send
Dr.
you
Pepper?
2 cans of Dr. Pepper?
Because someone put it in as if it's like the weight is there, right?
Yeah. And they were like, after a while, they were like, you know what? We'll just send you another one.
I just picture some thief at their house in the garage, like measuring the weight of the Dremel to 2 cans of Dr. Pepper, like Indiana Jones in the beginning of Raiders, just like.
No, I like to think that the thief has this Dremel and it's awesome. Except it's a huge pain in the ass because they don't have the case now. It's like they can't hold it. They're like constantly struggling with it because they don't have a way to organize the parts.
But I was at home opening this, and I wish like you could have seen my face. I didn't know what was happening. I was like, and then I was like looking around, and I was like, wait, how can someone have messed with me like this? What's going on? I didn't know what to do.
To be a fly on the wall in that moment. Wow.
So, got another one on the way.
Yeah,
That's
good.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
How often does that happen, do you think? People just returning garbage.
Probably like 5 or 6 times a year.
First one of 2020 right now.
5 or 6
I
times.
was legit convinced someone at work was messing with me somehow, but I was like, no one knows I bought this. There's no way.
Did I ever tell you what happened when I ordered a keyboard from a supplier? And I ordered a keyboard and a mouse, and I got the FedEx package delivered. I opened it up, and there was only the mouse in there. And I was like, oh, this is a mistake, because it said the keyboard was in this package, and it's not in here. It said it was delivered. So I contacted them, and I was like, hey, you guys sent me this package. It only had the mouse. Must have been an error. And they said, oh, okay.
What? Don't drink it.
I want Dr. Pepper.
That's someone else's.
It's yours now.
Drink it.
What are you
Yes.
doing?
Yes.
Want a pepper?
No.
Anybody
And,
want?
and now I can't brush it for fingerprints.
It's a really good Dr. Pepper.
That
Well, it
Dr.
should
Pepper,
be. It was $60.
that might have coronavirus on it.
Oh well, rip.
And now I can't return it. Damn it.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
know
have
if
to
you.
buy new Dr. Pepper and
Barbara.
send it to Amazon.
I was just trying to have a Dr. Pepper. I wasn't trying to make a big deal out of it like Gavin.
As if he wouldn't make a big deal about you doing that. You knew exactly what you were doing.